This warm-up routine is going to drastically improve the quality of your squat and your performance long term. Because again, if you feel better going into your session, you're probably going to perform better. And if we stack that up over a long period of time, it's going to make a big difference. So we're going to do very simplistic banded warm-up. You'll only need 2 bands. So this is not complex, but it's very, very effective and it's going to hit all the main things. So first, we're going to start with a banded dead bug. Now, the reason why we're starting with this is because we want to be able to articulate with our limbs while maintaining good lumbopelvic stability and orientation. Everything starts with the core. If you don't know how to brace your core effectively, you cannot really do anything else. So we're going to start with that, improve your motor control, and that's going to help prime us for some of the other activities. So let's get right into the exercises. The first one we're going to start with is the banded dead bug. One of the reasons why I like utilizing a band where you're just going to hook a band up kind of over your head and have it here is because doing this engages the lats. It also engages the core and pulls the rib cage down. One of the big things people struggle with in the squat is they flare their rib cage up. Again, we don't want this kind of open scissor position. We want to make sure we're connecting the rib cage into the pelvis so we have better lumbopelvic orientation. So utilizing the band, we'll just kind of bring this up here. That way we have constant tension into the lats, into the core. Bring the knees up. Again, really focusing on keeping the rib cage down. Now, from here, lower the leg, come back up, alternate. So that's going to be the most basic one. From there, we can start making things a little bit more difficult. So we're going to start here, lowering down, coming back up. Okay, but this time we're keeping the legs straight. The entire time you're doing this, the rib cage is being forced into the ground. Okay, we don't want to be doing a sit-up like this. We want to be able to keep the back flat, but we're pulling the rib cage down and we're slightly tucking the pelvis underneath. This should be very, very hard. If you're not shaking doing this, because you're only going to do this for like 4 to 6 reps tops. If you're not shaking, you're probably not doing it correctly. Okay, so we've got 2 different types there. Then the last type we can do is we're going to be here and we can load the arms overhead, bring them back up, go overhead, bring them back up. Okay, you can take 2 different bands and have alternating as well if you like, but again, that's going to be the progression from simplest to most complex. As I said earlier, if you're not shaking doing this, even just for 4 to 5 reps, you're probably not doing it right. You really want to be forcing the rib cage down. This should be very, very taxing for you here, and this is going to help develop that motor control. So when you go into the other exercises, we're going to have a higher degree of transferability of these warm-ups that we're doing. Kind of just play with it a little bit, pull it down, okay, to get a little bit more of an intense stretch in there, and we'll just kind of hang out here.